Bitcoin could be the next inflation hedge. Next on your 4-Minute Bitcoin. Today's show is from a post by Mark Hipperson at Cointelegraph and brought to you by the BitBlockBoom Bitcoin Conference coming to Dallas, Texas. As reports hit in mid-June warning that inflation rates had fallen to a 4-year low, high-profile fund managers were conversely worrying that the COVID-19 stimulus from governments and central banks would ultimately drive up prices. In a recent market outlook note, famed hedge fund investor Paul Tudor Jones warned that we are witnessing the great monetary inflation, an unprecedented expansion of every form of money unlike anything the developed world has ever seen, and that high debt accommodated by money printing is difficult to banish. Crispin O'Day, the founder of O'Day Management, also agrees inflation is ultimately unavoidable given the level of stimulus, and that in the short term, the money will be made on the inflation bet, and that with potential inflation seemingly on the horizon, investors are looking out for the next big hedge in order to protect their assets. Now, Jones, for one, he's decided to invest his fund into Bitcoin, saying, if I'm forced to forecast, my bet is it will be Bitcoin. Now, after the United States Federal Reserve indicated on June 10th that interest rates will remain near 0% until the year 2022, Bitcoin, it saw a short-lived run past $10,000, gaining 1.6% over 24 hours before dropping back down. Institutional investment managers have been increasingly interested in Bitcoin over the past couple of years, and their interest, it just keeps rising. A recent Fidelity report shows that in a survey of almost 800 institutional investors across the United States and Europe, 45% of the firms in Europe say they hold cryptocurrency assets. Fidelity reported that the survey revealed higher penetration with crypto, hedge, and venture funds as expected, but also the financial advisor, high net worth individuals, and family office segments. Consumers are showing increased signs of interest, with the UK's Financial Conduct Authority reporting that an estimated 2.6 million people have bought cryptocurrency assets at some point, nearly double the number reported last year. Investors across the board can take advantages of these same trends and realize the benefits of hedging against inflation with Bitcoin. Over the past couple of years, there's been a maturing of cryptocurrency markets with more consumer-friendly, easy-to-use platforms providing immediate and safe access. Users of these platforms can benefit by instantaneously and effortlessly exchanging their money into Bitcoin at competitive prices and monitoring their balances in real time. Now, during these unprecedented times, as economies around the world adjust to dealing with the pandemic, investors across the globe are having to readjust their positions. So do you think Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation? Let me know your thoughts, as always, in the comments. And this episode, again, as always, is brought to you by BitBlockBoom, the great Bitcoin conference that's coming to Dallas, Texas in August. And I say Bitcoin conference because Bitcoin, that's all we talk about at BitBlockBoom. We don't talk about altcoins. We don't talk about crypto, just Bitcoin. So if you're interested in Bitcoin, take a look now at bitblockboom.com. I hope I get to meet you in person at this year's BitBlockBoom in Dallas. I'm Gary Leland, the Bitcoin Boomer, and thanks for joining me on another 4-Minute Bitcoin show. This is a bitblockboom.com production.